Hello friends, good to see you back. Once again, I'm back with a new tutorial related JavaScript. And in this tutorial, we are going to learn math methods. You can see a list of method related math function. And one by one, I'm going to cover all of them. So without wasting your time, let's start the practical. Here you can see side by side, I opened my Visual Studio Code editor and my browser using Live Server extension. And I already created an HTML document named index.html. We do not use this method normally in our website. We use this method for animation, for carousel, video game developments, etc. Otherwise, we can use this method in complex accounting web applications. So at first, we are going to learn what is cell and floor method. So at first, I'm going to start with cell function. For that, I'm going to create a variable where a equal to use math functions, we need to use math keyword. Math dot say. Then inside the round braces, I'm going to pass a value 2.2 and then semicolon to end this line. Cell and floor, both the functions are work when the value type is float. If I do not use floating point value, it's not going to work. And cell function always return the upper value. Let me show you. So here I'm going to type document dot write inside the round braces or variable name a. Then semicolon to end this line. If I save this file, you can see in my browsers, it's written 3. So 3 is the nearest upper value of 2.2. Without 0, whatever we pass after decimal, it's going to return the upper value. If I pass 2.1, also you can see it's written the upper value, 3. Also you can use negative value here. If I pass minus 2.1, in that case, it's going to return the upper value, which is minus 2. As you know, minus 2 is bigger than minus 2.1. That's why it's written the upper value. Similarly, we have opposite function, which is float. So I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And here I'm going to type math.float. At first, here I'm going to pass 2.1. This function always return downward value. If I save this file, as you can see, it's written 2 only. Also, if I increase the value after decimal, 2.9, then save this file, also it's written 2. It's always written the nearest downward integer. Now, let's talk about our next functions, which is round and trunc. These functions are also work with decimal values. So let's start the practical and see how we can use it. So at first, I'm going to show you the round function. So I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And here I'm going to type math.round. This function always return the nearest integer value. If the value is greater than 0.5, then it's written 3. Otherwise, it's written 2. Let me prove you that. If I save this file, as you can see, it's written 3. And if I pass 0.4 and then save this file, as you can see, it's written 2. But if I pass 0.5, then also it's going to return upper value. If I save this file, you can see that result. It's written 3 again. So this is the usage of round function. Now, let's talk about our next function, which is trunc. So again, I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And here I'm going to type math.trunc. This function always return integer value. If I save this file, as you can see, it's written 2. Whatever value we pass after decimal is not related with that. If I pass 1, also it return 2. Also if I pass 9, as you can see, it's written 2 again. So this function always return the exact integer value. Our next math functions are maximum and minimum. Maximum function always return the highest number from the list. Suppose we pass multiple numbers. And this function return the highest number among the numbers. At the opposite way, minimum function works. It's return the lowest number. So let's see how we can use it. So again, I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And here I'm going to pass math.max. And inside the round braces, I'm going to pass multiple numbers. 23, 43, 12, 10. If I save this file, as you can see, it's written 43. Because it is the biggest number among the numbers. Let's talk about the min function. If I duplicate this line and here I'm going to type min. So if I save this file, as you can see, it's written 10. It's written the lowest number among the list. Now you might think, I call the same variable without comment out previous one. Then why it's written the min function value? Because we override the variable. That's why it's written min function. Our next functions are sqrt and cbrt. The full name of sqrt is square root. We already learned about it in our school. And CBRT stands for cubic root. So let's see how we can use this method. So again, I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And here I'm going to type math.sqrt. As I told you, sqrt stands for square root. I want to extract square root of 4. So here I'm going to type 4. If I save this file, as you can see, it's written 2. 6 and 7 standard students also know what is square root. If I pass 64 here, as you can see, it's written 8. If we multiply 8 with 8, it's written 64. If you have a basic knowledge about math, then I don't need to explain it. Let's talk about our next function, which is CVRT. So I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And here I'm going to type CVRT. And as I told you, CVRT stands for cubic root. If I pass 125 here and then set this file, as you can see, it's written 5. Because 5 into 5 into 5 equal to 125. If I multiply 5 3 times, it's written 125. Now let's talk about our next function, which is POW. POW stands for power. This method is used to extract power of value. So here I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And here I'm going to use math.pow. And inside the round braces, we need to pass two parameters. At first, we need to pass the base value. Then we need to pass the exponential value. And we already learned about it in our mathematics class. For base value, I'm going to pass 4. And for exponential value, I'm going to pass 3. If I save this file, you can see the result. It's written 64. It means it's going to multiply 3 4 at once. I mean, I want to say 4 into 4 into 4. If I pass 2 here and then save this file, as you can see, it's written 8. It means 2 into 2 into 2. That's why it's written 8. Exponentials means I want to multiply the base value this much time. But if I pass 1 here and then save this file, as you can see, it's written 1. Because if I multiply 3 1 at once, always it's written 1. Now let's talk about our next function, which is random. This function always written in a random number. So here I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And I'm going to type math.random. Math.random. By default, it's going to return value between 0 and 1. If I save this file, as you can see, it's written a floating number. And every time I call this function, it's written a new number. And now I decide I want a random number between 1 and 10. For that, we need to do some mathematical calculation. For that, here I'm going to use multiplication sign. Multiply with 10. And I'm going to move it inside the round braces. And then I'm going to add 1 with this result, plus 1. If I save this file, it's written a number, but it written a floating number. But I want to return the lowest nearest integer. For that, we can use math.float function. We can use this function for that. So I copy the function and here I'm going to type math.float. If I set this file, as you can see, it's written a number between 1 and 10. If I set this file again, as you can see, it's written a different random number. So in that way, we can return any random number between 1 and 10. So I hope now it's clear for you how we can use this function. And if you want to return value between 1 to 100, just you need to replace this value 10 to 100 and then set this file. As you can see, it's written a random number between 1 to 100. And this function return 51. Now let's talk about our next function, which is ABS. This function stands for absolute value. If I pass any integer value, maybe it is decimal value, otherwise negative value, it's going to return the absolute value. Let's see how we can use it. So again, I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And here I'm going to type math.abs. If I pass minus value here, minus 45, and then set this file, as you can see, it's written only 45. It's removed the minus sign. This is the usage of this method. But if I pass any string in this function, let me show you. So inside the double quotes, I'm going to pass word. And then set this file, as you can see, it's written none, N-A-N. It means not a number. Now let's talk about our last math method, which is pi. this method always returns a constant value. I want to say we cannot change the value of pi. As you know, it's a static value. So here I'm going to duplicate this line and comment out previous one. And I'm going to type our last function, math.py. If I save this file, as you can see, it's written a static value. And we already learned in our school, the value of pi is 3.14. So for mathematical calculation, you can use this value. So this is it for this tutorial. Thanks for watching this video. Stay tuned for our next tutorial.